iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, to the Thompson Speedway here tonight for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight, it is the Movember 100 here. Of course, Movember taking the rights on Monday, and tonight, of course, Movember is changing the face of men's health through support of prostate cancer, testicular cancer, and mental health, and of course, with suicide prevention. One of our racers here tonight, Eric Stout, had his battle with cancer and, well, came through it better than ever. Eric still, of course, is in the Movember Club, and check them out over at Movember.com and the whole story for Eric Stout. And tonight, it is 100 laps here for these drivers. Tonight, though, it is the Monte Carlo SS, as iRacing would call it. But for all of us in the racing world side of things, it would be the late model stock. These drivers have already had this car out on track a handful of times this season. Last time it was out, Dalton Williamson was able to pick up the win. And let me tell you, before that, we were at the South Boston Speedway. Dalton Williamson was able to pick up the win. In practice here a little bit earlier, Dalton Williamson laid down the fastest time in our practice session. We'll see if he's able to qualify, though, as well as he was practicing earlier, because he'll need it here tonight, a stout lineup of drivers. Dalton Williamson is the points championship leader coming into the night here over A.J. Hamill by 59 points. Then it's going to be Dave Bragg having his breakout season here this season with the Short Track Scrambler Series. Scott Duncan, the rookie, sitting fourth overall in the championship standings, and Joshua Buckley is sitting fifth. 99 points out of the top spot here as we get ready to go racing here tonight in the Movember 100 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. Let's head down trackside because this is your starting lineup brought to us by Six Rings Racing. Snagging the pole here tonight, driving car number 989 from north of the border. This will be Scott Duncan. It is outside the driver out of Tampa, Florida, driving car number 1, the Rev Esports number 1, that's Dalton Williamson. The Rev Esports number 2, then driven by Michael Trevarthen out of Florida, will start third. Eric Stout in car number 6 here tonight. He will start in fourth. The Granny Hips, Walkers, and Canes, number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley, will start back into the fifth spot. Well, Mr. Confusion. That's right, he's confused. It's the 18 of A.J. Hamill. He'll go from sixth. 7th here tonight will be car number 40. That's the driver of the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 of Rob Higgins. And the driver out of Richmond, Virginia, driving car number 99, the RPM Motorsports. That is Mark Jenkins. Dave Bragg in car number 31. The Jiffy Lube entry will start from the 9th starting spot here tonight, while the number 05 of Rex Hoyle will start in 10th. Brian Bianchi will start there tonight, right there. The bad boy himself, car number 5. That'll be the 11th starting position here this evening. Starting back into the 12th spot here tonight, rookie sensation, the number 14 of Brandon Wind. Back into the 13th position, probably with more laps here than anybody. This is going to be Dan, the Store Magnet Butler, in car number 21. The BV Motorsports number 38 of Brandon Feeney will go from the 14th starting position here tonight. 15th then will be the Big Bruce Customs, number 26 of Dennis Bruce. Back into the 16th starting spot tonight, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, number 30 of Bob Higgins. And back into the 17th starting spot, he's very disappointed coming into the night. That will be car number 73 of Philly Edwards. And it's the double AV, that's going to be the 271 of Aiden Alvecchione. He will start back there into the 18th starting spot and shotgun to the field, the 01 of AJ Watkins. That's how they are lined up here tonight. Starting lineup brought to us by our friends at Six Rings Racing. 100 laps here tonight in the Movember 100, as Scott Duncan will have the control of this field here tonight. As we get ready, the green flag will be out this time. There it is, 100 laps on the board. We're ready to go racing. Good start by the one of Dalton Williamson. He'll surge ahead out of turn number 2. Already down the back straightaway, new race leader. It's the car number 1, the BK Paints number 1 of Dalton Williamson. He will snag the early lead here tonight. Lap number 1 going to go in the books. Little bit of trouble towards the mid-pack back there. One car bouncing up, over, all around. It's the Colony Tire 05 of Rex Hoyle. So Hoyle goes around here, and it looks like that's going to be the 30 of Bob Higgins also. As we stay green for the time being, see if that one comes back here tonight. So Williamson out front, Duncan is being scored in second. Trevarthen, Stout, and A.J. Campbell round out the top 5. Mark Jenkins right there also, car number 99. Everybody already gone single file. One car back here with a lot of damage. That's through number 14 of Brandon Wind. Wind has the damage on number 14, and our crew tells us they have a little replay here. Let's take a look back here and watch it. There you see the 05 down in the corner. Looks like he got a little help there from the number 31. And unfortunately, Dan Butler nowhere to go. Rex Hoyle gets turned around right in front of him. Hoyle's motor going to expire here tonight. And that's what puts us under the caution flag. And now the actual caution flag coming out. Dan Butler, car number 21. Has gone around. You can see the front end of his limited late model has been smashed up. Take a look back here what happened to the Store Magnet of Dan Butler. Oh, the car just snaps around in the middle of 1 and 2. Aiden Alvecchione right there, just gonna miss the accident. Right on board here with Aiden Alvecchione's onboard camera. Just like that, Aiden able to make his way around the spinning number 21 of Dan Butler. So it puts us under our first caution flag here of the evening. Not quite 10 laps into the book here tonight in the Movember 100. Couple drivers down on pit road. That is Dennis Bruce and Rex Hoyle. Both those drivers are down on pit road to try and get some service done, along with the number 18 of A.J. Hamill. There you see the Arts Barbershop number 18, Mr. Confusion Motorsports entry. It looks like he'll come back out onto the track. He will stay on the lead lap, so will not lose a lap here tonight at the Thompson Speedway. There's the race leader, taking the race lead on the initial start of this one. Had to go to the outside to get things done here tonight at Thompson. We'll see where he will choose to restart this one. Should go back racing. It'll be 9 laps in the books when we go back racing, so we'll be working lap number 10 here tonight. Talked about the points championship battle. There you see that we'll start in the front row of this restart. 2 drivers inside the top 5 in the overall championship standings. 93 points separating the one of Dalton Williamson and the rookie Scott Duncan. We talked about Duncan's success. I want to say success and showing that he has a lot of speed here with the series, but has not been quite able to find the promised land just yet. Finishing on the podium twice so far this season. Having 4 top 5s on the year, 9 top 10s. Has been able to lead 23 laps so far this season. Scott Duncan with a chance here to take back the lead after sending a quick time here this evening. The Ada Malvecchio Amata is out there tonight. Big old Al Smith, the boss man, tuning in. Now covering for us a couple weeks ago while we were down at the dirt track at Charlotte. Covering the race at Hickory for Red Light Racing. We're here tonight at Thompson, getting back out after our first caution flag of the evening. Let's see who's going to have the race lead this time out of turn number 2. The outside lane prevailing, but a better start this time for Scott Duncan on the inside. But not going to be able to make it work up off turn 2. Here comes Eric Stout. There's the 6 Rings Racing number 6 of Eric Stout. Almost 3 wide racing behind them. Trevorthan almost got put in the middle. Joshua Buckley working the outside. And that's the 99 of Mark Jenkins in the X-side entry. Jenkins still battling to the inside. A lot of these drivers have migrated themselves to that outside groove. I see the 99 now down on the bottom. That is Brandon Wind right there. Joshua Buckley did concede the position there to the number 2 of Michael Trevorthan. So Trevorthan has picked his way back up inside the top 5. A.J. Hamill trying to slice and dice his way back through the field. He'll get to the inside and cross up in front of A.J. Watkins. So he will now try to storm away. Down the back straightaway he goes. He will try to work his way back into the top 10. Williamson leading the way, but now has Eric Stout in second. Scott Duncan has found his way to the outside lane. Seems to be where everybody is running so far here tonight. See the deficit there between Stout and Duncan. Duncan was faster that time down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Got a great run off turn number 2. See if he can replicate it this time. When he comes through there, you see the driver. Car number 989, rookie campaign this season. Not quite as close, just behind them. Brandon Wynn was taking a peek to the inside there. There's some driver car number 14. Oh, a little bit loose down that time, going into turn number 1. Brandon Wynn able to corral that limited late model. Got a lot of brake in it, and that car wheel hopped a little bit. Everybody trying to settle in for a long run here tonight at Thompson in the Movember 100. You see Dave Bragg. Bragg coming in here tonight inside the top 5 in the championship standings. 3rd overall, 89 points out of the top spot. You see Wind loose once again going into the corner, trying to corral and really heating up the back tires of car number 14. So Mark Jenkins will get on by. Now it'll be Rob Higgins' turn. There you see the orange number 40 entry. See if Higgins is able to find his way around now. Rob very steady. Let's see how he navigates turn 1 here. You saw a big bobble by the 14, a little sideways by the 14 in front of him. Higgins a little ginger back to the throttle there. Maybe trying to save the tires. We know how these drivers like to go on long runs as Wind up the track again. Higgins going to try to dive underneath here. They'll be side by side. Higgins going to have the inside. Will he be able to use that to his advantage? Wind sideways once again down into the corner. Higgins just very ginger back to the throttle. He won't be able to take that spot right now, but here comes Dave Bragg now, the driver out of Canada. Trying to get to the inside. Bragg a little sideways that time. Bad boy Brian Bianchi back there. And then Culpepper's number 5 entry. This time by, we're not 20 laps into the board here tonight. 20 laps out of 100. about to go in the books. Brandon Feeney in the Liquid Molly K1 Graphics entry back here. Battling with the number 21 of Dan Butler. Butler was able to make the pass, and now Aiden Alvecchione will go onto the hot seat. Butler still got a lot of speed in that very mangled up late model. See him trying to work the inside here. This is the battle on the raceway for the 14th position. You got 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th right here, all under a blanket. Butler will be able to use the bottom to his advantage this time off turn 4. Here comes Brandon Feeney. He's going to get into the back. Aiden going to just miss a little bit. Gets into the outside wall, but damn, Butler going to go for a wreck. His car has been beaten. It has been banged, and it has been through the grass here tonight. Take a look, watch Brandon Feeney. He trying to get down to the inside on number 21 of Butler. Right there into the quarter panel. Going to spin that number 20 around. Aiden Alvecchione going to the outside. Bob Higgins just missing also. Right on board with the checkered flag, almost flag. On board camera facing back. There you see Feeney goes to the inside, late down the straightaway, and saw the sparks as Aiden Alvecchione went up into the outside wall. Drivers have a decision here. They could possibly pit here on lap number 20 if they wanted. Race leader Dalton Williamson will not pit, so that might not drag anybody really to pit road. Doesn't look like anybody's going to come to pit road this time, so possibly going to save those tires for a little bit later on here tonight. Running order looks like Dalton Williamson, Eric Stout, Scott Duncan, Michael Trevarthen, Joshua Buckley rounding out the top 5. Mark Jenkins, Rob Higgin, Brandon Wynn, Dave Bragg, Brian B. Yankee is how they are currently running on the Speedway. 2 drivers knocked out of this race here early, it looks like, or at least one. One driver is back out there onto the racetrack after multiple laps down. Looks like Rex Hoyle, Colony Tire and Service Center, number 05, has been knocked out of this one here in the opening lap. Unfortunately, not able to complete a lap here tonight for Rex Hoyle. It'll be a 19th place finish for the driver out of North Carolina. Dennis Bruce and the Big Bruce Customs, number 26, is back out onto the raceway, though, so he is being scored a handful of laps down here tonight into the 18th position. Everybody else is still out there, so 17 drivers still on the lead lap here tonight at the Thompson Speedway. Normally we talk about the driver when we have a chance that's picked up the most spots, and there he is. The driver out of Florida. And there you see A.J. Watkins. Celebrate Real Estate on the nose piece of the 01 here. A.J. Watkins, one of those rookies, so he's battling for the Rookie of the Year championship. Watkins comes in 13th overall in the championship standing. Last week took a big hit in the point standings, lost 7 spots, was inside the top 10 easily, and battling right there on the cuffs of Scott Duncan for that Rookie of the Year championship. So we'll see if he can rebound here tonight. Coming back into the restart zone here, it'll be 27 laps officially completed. Barney the flagman has it. Now it's waving green flag. Aiden Alvecchione. I think the motor just expired on the 271 of Aiden Alvecchione. You see him rolling very slowly on the front straightaway. That car coming to a stop, and he will take it to pit road. We stay green flag racing. Dalton Williamson with another great restart here tonight. Eric Stout holding on to second, but now here comes Michael Trevarthen high around the outside of the 989 of Scott Duncan. Duncan stuck down to the bottom side of the Speedway. As Trevarthen's able to clear the 989. Now Mark Jenkins, who had a couple good finishes here as of late, will work that outside lane. The outside seems to be the place to be. Look at Brandon Wynn trying to drive the wheels literally, sideways for the 989 of Scott Duncan. Duncan washed up the track into the 99 of Mark Jenkins. Jenkins got a little piece of the wall. Jenkins will fall back. He's on the outside lane, though. Brandon Wynn now down to the bottom. Scott Duncan able to take back that first spot after getting a little loose underneath the 99 of Mark Jenkins. Who says racing isn't a contact sport, as you just saw a little contact to make a pass. A.J. Hamel getting around the outside of car number 40, Rob Higgins, so that'll bump the Higgins Hill Racing number 40 back a spot. A.J. came to pit road at lap number 6 under that caution flag. Been trying to work his way back up ever since. Started into the 6th position, was up the 5th, and as far back as 17th on the running order. Dalton Williams and Eric Stout, Michael Trevarthen is how they run, and it looks like Scott Duncan has started to pull back in. Car number 2 of Michael Trevarthen as they work down the back straightaway here. Right on board with a very, very dirty windshield here tonight at the Thompson Speedway. Riding on board with the rookie, car number 989. That's Scott Duncan, currently sitting back into the 4th position as he runs here tonight. Scott Duncan losing 3 spots. Of course, setting our quick time here tonight at Thompson. Still a lot of racing left to go here because this time by we're only going to have 34 laps into the books. Brian Bianchi was taking a peek underneath Joshua Buckley that time out of turn 4. The bad boy himself trying to work up underneath Granny Hips. Billy Edwards and A.J. Watkins were side by side for a moment there. There you see the 73 of Philly Edwards. Edwards, one of those Bill Mafia fans, and well, he's a little disappointed. He was really looking forward to seeing the Bills game this weekend. Well, at least watch it on TV. It's going to snow. They predict 4 to 6 feet up in Buffalo. That lake effect snow coming in. And, well, unfortunately, that game will no longer be played in Buffalo, so Philly a little upset. Possibly be able to send him a gift, maybe make him feel a little bit better, race fans. Maybe he'll be able to finish on the podium here tonight. Well, he's already picked up 4 spots from where he started. He's got a clean number 73. Did say in practice, though, he was not happy. The car did not have a whole lot of speed to him. Josh Buckley has pulled back in the number 14 of Brandon Wynn. You see them as they go out turn number 2 on here on lap number 38. Brandon Wynn has started to fall back here now. Maybe used up a little of that tires, trying to cool that back down. These cars are very tire sensitive. If you start to really heat up the back tire, slipping and sliding, getting heavy onto that accelerator, well, then they don't stick as good as you think they should, and that's when you start to slip, slide, and fall back. You abuse the tires too early here at Thompson, as you can very easily do, and it might make the rest of your night a very hard one here, as now you see Joshua Buckley all over the back end, car number 14 down here into turn number 1. Granny Hips with maybe a little bit of a love tap there. Buckley going to check down to the bottom side. Not able to. Had to come out of the throttle there. There's a little bit of a banking transition there here tonight at Thompson. See these drivers all working to the outside. One car sideways back there. That was the 18 of A.J. Hamel. He's battling just behind here in this group. Sitting into the 10th spot behind the number 31 of Dave Bragg. Bragg and Hamel separated by 30 points in the championship standings. So Bragg taking a couple of those points back right now from A.J. Hamel. Closing in on halfway, but nobody closing in on the race leader of Dalton Williamson. There you see him as he will come out of turn number 4. He'll look up at Barney. No signal from Barney as one driver down to the bottom side. That's the big Bruce Customs. Number 26, Dennis Bruce. Down a couple laps here tonight. He is sitting 8 laps behind the race leader. A lot of heavy damage on the number 26. I think that's a brand new paint scheme on car number 26, or at least the first time we've seen that for Dennis Bruce. Williamson still out front here. The best battles on the raceway are still back here with Joshua Buckley and Brandon Wynn. Buckley able to get to the outside now. Can he hold that spot on the outside of Wynn? He will. He'll keep his foot in it out of turn number 2. As now we're see down here in 3. Will he be able to clear out of turn number 4? Brian Bianchi going to try and keep the Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. Number 5 out there. One driver going to slice the wall just a little bit. 31 of Dave Bragg was the driver that just gave a little bit of a kiss to the outside retaining wall. Now Dave Bragg side by side with Wind. Wind at one point was all the way up to the 5th spot, now falling back through the field as these drivers are lined up onto the outside. There goes the 31 of Dave Bragg. Now here comes A.J. Hamill. Hamill will be to the outside, and maybe Rob Higgins can get car number 40 up there. So now it looks like Brandon Wind might have an opening. Nope. Rob Higgins will keep his right foot in it as he will now be to the outside. Almost a little contact there. Wind started to slide up the Speedway out of turn number 4. Rob Higgins was just trying to complete that pass. Now Wind will fall outside the top 10 here. The tires really must be gone away on the number 14 of Wind. See if he can cool them back down and charge back through the field as we're just 2 laps away from halfway. Dalton Williamson setting a very blistering pace here tonight. Only has fallen off about a half a second from his fastest lap of the evening, which was set way back on lap number 9. They say it does take a couple laps for these cars to get heat in the tires. Williamson definitely has heat in the tires at this point. There's Williamson, there's Stout, there's Trevarthen, Scott, and Jenkins is the top 5. Joshua Buckley's back there in 6th. Brian Bianchi is in the 7th spot right now with Dave Bragg, A.J. Hamill, and Rob Higgins. Brandon Feeney all over the back here of car number 1. That's A.J. Watkins. Feeney did go to the back after getting into the number 21 of Dan Butler. Butler, as you see back there, just coming off turn number 4 right now. Trying to get that run off the bottom side of the Speedway down there in turn number 2. Closes in a little bit here on A.J. Watkins. See if he's going to be able to complete a pass here. This time by for all these drivers. It'll be the halfway home point here tonight in the Movember 100 here from the Thompson Speedway. Brandon Feeney trying again. This time might have a nose to the inside. Not able to do anything with it. Seen him try a couple times to get to the inside and just not able to complete the pass. This time going to run in a little bit lower, also lifted out of the gas just a little too soon. Has to go up there, has to ride that high side and get the momentum built up. Don't forget tonight's race is brought to us by Movember. There's a little information on our friends over at Movember and, of course, Eric Stout's personal page with the Movember Club. Call it the club, the association. We're still watching this battle here. Eric Stout up there in 2nd, but the best battle on the Speedway is back here with Brandon Feeney still trying to get underneath the 0-1. As Feeney's trying all sorts of different lines. Brandon Feeney, of course, running. Called a limited late model up there in Ontario, Canada. Picked up his first career win this past season. Picked up a heat race win along with it to go on the trophy case. As now Feeney's able to drive it in a little bit. Watkins going to wash up the Speedway. Feeney's just not quite able to get the power down off the bottom side out of turns 2 and 4. That's the big Bruce Customs, number 26, that these 2 drivers are coming up on right now. Now Watkins really going out there. Call that the Kyle Larson line just about. Feeney's able now to pull just about even, but he's going to have the number 26 of Dennis Bruce right there. Feeney going to have to go to the outside here and see if he can find a little grip strip. Gonna make it 3 wide at the stripe. Bruce will back out of it and let these drivers have it. Feeney, it looks like he's very good down in turns 3 and 4. Down here in turn 1, the car looks just a little bit tight. See him fall back a little bit. Dan Butler has now caught back the 38. As Brandon Feeney actually is going to pull over. Maybe he's going to let Dan Butler try to show him the way around. The 0-1 of A.J. Watkins. check back in up here. Brandon Wind under attack. Philly Edwards has ran him down now. Philly Edwards going to try to use the bottom. As Wind is very tight. Oh boy, that car had a ton of oversteer built into car 14. Philly Edwards still has a very clean car trying to break into the 11th position here. That'd be the 6th spot he has gained here tonight as he runs side by side with Wind down here in 3. He's going to run Wind just a little bit higher. Wind maybe possibly with a crossover attempt. No, he will not be able to do it down here into turn number 1. So Philly Edwards will take the spot away. And that'll be the 11th spot for Philly Edwards. Brandon Wind now all the way back to the 12th spot. It's exactly where he started tonight's race. These drivers, we call it the Short Track Scrambler Series because we scramble the cars up on a weekly basis. We don't just run a Super Late Model or an SK Modified. We've run the Legends car. We've run the SK Modified. This tonight here, the Limited Late Model. We've ran the Street Stock along with the Super Late Model. So these drivers have to get accustomed to all the cars, and it looks like Brandon Wind really shot out of a rocket ship here early on, but possibly from not running this car very often has just burned the tires up. You see him sideways once again down there into the corner. Looks like Dan Butler has fallen back from this group. And has gone a lap down to the race leader. Brandon Feeney back challenging here. So the 0-1 of Wind again. Now this time it looks like that is AJ Watkins, not Brandon Wind. AJ Watkins there got a little tight. Feeney now going to be able to complete that pass. It looks like Watkins was into the wall, and I think that's where Dan Butler possibly got a little, call it contact, a little bit of damage. The race leader, though, bearing down on these two drivers of AJ Watkins and Brandon Feeney. There you see the race leader working lap number 65 here tonight at Thompson. Dalton Williamson has led them all. Scott Duncan has caught the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen and the 6 of Eric Stout. There's just nowhere to go right now out in front of him. Riding off the nose here of Scott Duncan. Sitting there in 4th position right now. It's in pouncing range. The car is still quick. You got to ask yourself, is he saving tires here on this run to possibly try and get him on the back end of this 100-lap race? Eric Stout having an injury a couple days ago, not able to make Monday's night Movember 100 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, but he was here tonight, has done a ton of rehabbing. And he's here tonight, putting on a good show. Car number 6. We'll see 31 laps to go as they come upon number 21 of Dan Butler. Butler and AJ Watkins battling for position. See how they affect this battle here as your race leaders are closing in on them. So you have 2 cars battling for spot 14 and 15 right now. And then you have the 2nd, 3rd, 4th place cars coming upon them. We also have Big Bruce Customs. They're going to be 3 wide this time off turn number 2. AJ Watkins lifted a little bit there. Didn't want to get into that too much. Have been put into the wrong place. That is called driver awareness by AJ Watkins as he was able to lift up out of the throttle. Here comes Dan Butler now. That'll be the lucky dog spot. That's the battle for the 14th position between Watkins and Butler. Butler going to go to the outside. Now you see a lot of damage on that 0-1. AJ Watkins was into the outside wall. That's where Dan Butler had to drop back. So this just shows you how much speed actually Dan Butler still has in car number 21 here tonight, as he has ran down AJ Watkins now twice, got around him, but because of some mishaps here tonight, has just been put behind the 8 ball. Dave Bragg, you got some rear view mirror full of. That's the 18 of AJ Hamill. AJ stuck there in that 8th position. He's cracked that top 10, picked up 2 more. And then just, well, kind of leveled out here. Joshua Buckley starting to pull away from the 31 of Dave Bragg, and he's holding up the 18 and the 5. There's the 40 of Higgins still in the battle picture. Michael Trevarthen actually got around. We missed it. Michael Trevarthen just got around last lap of car number 6. This is how he made that pass. Stout up to the outside. Car got a little tight, had to lift. Trevarthen kept his foot in it, got around him, went down here and just slid up in front of the 6 machine. Scott Duncan tried to make the inside work, just not able to get it done just yet. He's still sitting there in the pouncing range. Short track racing, that 3-tap Teddy rule is still in effect. What's the 3-tap Teddy rule here at Thompson? Well, you give him a tap to let him know, hey, I caught you. Oh, a Stout gonna put himself into the outside wall that time out of 4. But the second tap on the 3-tap Teddy rule, it's, hey, I'm not only here, but I'm definitely faster than you. You gotta move. And the third time, I told you gotta move. Now I'm gonna move you. See if that comes into play here in the closing laps, because it'll be 24 to go here in the Movember 100 from the Thompson Speedway. All led so far here by the driver that's got a 4-second race lead. He's Superman here tonight pretty much. That's the number 1 of Dalton Williamson. 3-time short track series champion here on Thursday night with Red Light Racing. Trying to put his first championship of short track Scrambler series in the books. Already has 7 wins on the season out of the 12 races that have been completed, trying to go for win number 8. I do believe he does have the record. Yes, he does. He does have the record for all-time wins here on Thursday night. 20 laps to go here tonight at Thompson. It's race number 12 of the season. Only a handful of races left in the year. Arts Barbershop night at the Southern National Motorsports Park next week, Oxford Plains, and the championship race at the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, presented by Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe. See how the standings will all shake up by the time we get to Nashville. Brandon Feeney and Brandon Wind right now. Feeney has run down the 14 of Wind, trying to get around him, but the leaders are trying to get around both of them, so they're just kind of stuck down onto the bottom side right now. Scott Duncan, you see him right there, has got around Eric Stout. Eric Stout starting to fade now. That car getting very tight on the long run. Wind gonna hold off Brandon Feeney as he goes down to the bottom side. Feeney gonna try and gas it up, go to the outside. Wind's car just so tight, not able to get into the throttle. Put Brandon Feeney into 12. Let's see how hard that 14 car tries to drive it down. You can just see how that car is so tight down into turn number 1. So Feeney will pick up another one here as he looks out in front of him. He's gonna see that is gonna be looking for the 73 of Philly Edwards. Edwards up the track about, well, 10 seconds, so a very long way to go in a short time to get there if you're Brandon Feeney. Duncan running back down the number 2 of Michael Trevarthen, though. Eric Stout losing another spot right now. Mark Jenkins was able to get to the outside of Stout, that time down the back straight away. So put Mark Jenkins now 4th, Eric Stout dropping back another spot. Stout being scored P number 5 here tonight after running all the way up into the 2nd position. Everybody stringing themselves out now except for, A.J. Hamill. Got himself loose off turn number 2. Lost the spot there to the number 5 of Brian Bianchi. And lost the spot to Rob Higgins. Laps to go here tonight in the Movember 100 at the Thompson Speedway, and it has been all led by Dalton Williamson. Nobody has had anything so far, and he's got almost a 4.5-second race lead over his teammate Michael Trevarthen. So Williamson leading, Trevarthen and Duncan. Jenkins Stout is how they run. Buckley still, call him leading this group of drivers back here. Buckley into the 6th spot. Dave Bragg is right there in 7th. Brian Bianchi is sitting there in 8th. Rob Higgins and AJ Hamill rounds out the top 10. So you got 6 through 10 right here in a line as they work underneath the flag stand. Back there. Oh, a little bit of a slice of the wall. The number 31, Dave Bragg, will hit the outside wall just a little bit. See Bianchi all over the back end, and Higgins looking like he's trying to chop at the bit to try and work himself up a couple spots yet tonight. Battle for second. Scott Duncan was closing. Does he have enough tire left on the 989, though, to pass the number 2 of Michael Trewarthen? Double high fives at the flag stand. It's just 10 laps to go, and that time Duncan losing a little ground out of turn number 4. Eric Stout shedding positions like I'm losing hair right now. An inside joke for the drivers that know me. Eric Stout there lost 1 to Brian Bianchi, 1 to Rob Higgins, and 1 to AJ Hamill. So now Eric Stout back to running in 10th. Tonight, the driver out of Virginia thought it was going to be a really good run here at Thompson, and it was until about 20 laps to go. All of a sudden, the handling on car number 6 absolutely gone. Buckley starting to open up a little breathing room now over Dave Bragg with 8 laps to go. It's exactly what he would like to see. Try and get himself a top 5 finish here tonight at Thompson. He's got laps. He is a winner here with the short track series on Thursday night. Buckley picking up the inaugural race ever that the series ran here a couple of years back. Drivers coming up on number 26. That's the Big Bruce Customs number 26. So Dennis Bruce, he's just been kind of keeping himself down to the inside lane here tonight. A very wounded number 26, just trying to limp that one home. 13 laps behind the race leaders. Where is Dalton Williamson? Well, he's closing in on the 73 of Philly Edwards. Edwards running into the 11th position here tonight. So with the high five this time by, there is Philly Edwards. Look at Eric Stout. That car really having some handling issues. There goes Philly Edwards. He'll slide into the top 10. Eric Stout going to go a lap down with just 5 laps to go. 15 laps ago, he was sitting in 2nd. Now with 5 laps to go, he's 11th place. 1 lap down. Talk about wearing out and abusing the tires here tonight. Stout, as he comes by the flag stand, way off the pace, just trying to get that car back home here tonight. Edwards going to go a lap down also, though. Brandon Wind has come to pit road. Possible tire down on car number 14 from Brandon Wind. That was another one of those cars that was very fast here tonight, just like Eric Stout. Towards the end of this one, the handling just going away. Brandon Wind will lose a position as he comes to pit road to A.J. Watkins, Dan Butler, and Bob Higgins. Popsicle sticks into the air here for Dalton Williamson. Scott Duncan having problems. Scott Duncan has gone down to the infield. Dalton Williamson will come by. He will pick up the white flag. It's the final trip around the Speedway here tonight, presented by Culpepper's Bakery and Cafe. Final lap here. Duncan having some problems on the front straightaway there. As it'll be Dalton Williamson picking up his 8th win of the season here tonight. Williamson will win the Movember 100 here at Thompson. 2nd will go to Michael Trewarthen. Joshua Buckley will finish 3rd here tonight. If he can get back around here and he'll come out of 4, he'll pick up the 3rd spot here tonight. Dave Bragg, Brian Bianchi, Rob Higgins, A.J. Hamill, Mark Jenkins will round out the drivers that finished on the lead lap here tonight. But there's your winner, the 8th win of the season for Dalton Williamson. Unofficial scoring on the left-hand side of the screen here tonight. Pick where your favorite driver will finish this one off. There you see the number 1. We'll see if he's going to be willing to do some donuts for us here tonight. I'm told, nope, he's going to, well, just keep it down there and rev it up. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the Holy Shirts and Pants post-race show here from Thompson.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the Thompson Speedway in the Movember 100 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. They've just completed 100 laps here tonight where one driver was able to lead them all. He is down there celebrating. He's got to go through tech yet here tonight before he can be declared the winner officially. So let's kick off the Holy Shirts and Pants post-race show. Let's go down trackside and talk to the driver of car number 13 here tonight, of Joshua Buckley. Buckley, a solid run for the 13MA as you're able to park it here on the podium. This track, one of your favorite tracks, and it shows here tonight.
Yeah, no, we had to focus on fuel. It was going to be close there, so just about halfway through the run, just realized start, backing up the entries, try to save a little bit here and there. And I mean, I had maybe a lap of fuel left, so just saved just enough.
You talk about the fuel caution flags, not really a thing here tonight. A couple of them here in the early stages of this. Were you thinking about at any point, as you knew it was going to be tight on fuel early on, about maybe possibly coming to pit road under the first two yellow flags?
It did cross my mind, but where I was sitting on the track, this is a hard place to pass, so I figured it would just be more beneficial to try to stretch it out and, hopefully the cautions will go away, get a couple more and save the fuel, but we had just enough, so I'll take it.
At any point here tonight, you sat there running. It was fourth for quite a while as Scott Duncan was up there battling with Michael Trevarthen. Were you hoping a caution flag was going to come out late?
Honestly, no. I wanted to run out because, again, if I was that close on fuel, I was really curious how others were and if they were, keeping an eye on it as much as we were. But obviously at the end there, it looks like some guys just didn't notice it early enough. I'm not sure what happened, just didn't save enough, so...
Well, a great run for you here tonight, Josh, and the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes number 13MA here at Thompson. One-time feature winner here, but tonight it's going to be third. So what do you say? Who's on the side? Who's on the front? Do you got to thank for an awesome-looking car and a great run here at Thompson?
Well, first of all, I'm going to thank, my teammates at Rev, Mike and Dalton, Rev 1, 2, 3. Definitely a good feeling. Gotta thank Checkered Flag Auto Supply, Granny Hips, Buckley, Walkers and Canes, the Racing School, BK Paints, McConey Setup Shop, Platinum RV Services, all the guys that come out here and race, and obviously Rob and Eric that helped me admin the series. So
there you hear it, the 13MA Joshua Buckley here tonight will pick up the first podium this season for that car, as finishing one spot in front of him. It's car number 2, Michael Trevarthen. Trevarthen, a great run here tonight, but you really had to battle. You were kind of the second best car out there, battling with Scott Duncan for second, majority here of the night.
Yeah, I think it was third place car at best. Scott definitely was a little bit quicker than me. Dalton was just flat gone. But good race. Like I said, I think I was soaked from sweat after Eric Stout in front of me and Scott behind me for about 50, 60 laps there. We were putting in work there.
You talk about putting in work. A lot of these drivers here tonight, it seemed like everybody migrated to that outside groove. You had peaked a couple times down to the bottom side to no fruition down there. Where did this car really handle the best? What was the groove that you needed here tonight?
Yeah, the outside groove is really where you wanted to be. Kind of a momentum-based motor setup in this car is the way it drove to me. So you get it wicked up on the top, and then roll the top to the middle, and it had really good exit speed. I noticed if you really started crawling to the middle to the bottom, your exit speed would it really punished your straightaway speed. So I noticed some guys were running some different lines. Obviously Scott, you could tell he was a little bit quicker there, so maybe that little extra line he was running there was a little bit quicker. Maybe hurt him in the gas tank a little bit. Not really sure, but a lot of guys ran out of gas there, man, and I was still 1.6, 1.7 laps to the good, so I'm not sure what happened there.
So what you're saying is you got lucky here. Count the blessings. A great finish for you here tonight. What do you think, though, next week? We're going to go back into a car that you've picked up a couple wins. The SK Modified coming back out at Southern National.
I think we have fun just about any car you put us in. Doesn't matter where we unload. Revy Sports team is fast. Josh putting in the work. Dalton obviously fast everywhere he unloads, but pretty much feel like we're clipping at his heels at this point, especially in the short track series this year. Nothing to take away from Dalton. He's always fast at these bull rings. I'll catch him on Monday night.
Well, there you hear it. Michael Trevarthen, you finished second, but before we let you go, check your shirt. Who's on it? Who do you got to thank here tonight?
Like Josh said, big shout out to Revy Sports. Obviously, the dynamic seems to be clicking. We're constantly on the podium, in and out Mondays and Thursdays, so the work's paying off. Outside of that, Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everything Bob does for the league here. Everything you do with the broadcast booth there, Roger. We enjoy Trackside Racing Network, or Turn 3 Racing Network. So outside of that, give a shout out to the family, and congrats on the win there, Dalton.
There you hear it. Michael Trevarthen will take car number 2, and he'll finish second place here tonight on the rundown. That means there's one more person. He's picking out his holy shirt and pants for the 8th time here this season. This is the driver of car number 1 out of Tampa, Florida. Dalton, I don't know. It's something about these cars. You have just got this figured out as you pick up your 3rd win with the late model stock entry this season here on the Short Track Tour.
Yeah, it drives really similar to my car in real life, so it seems to help me out quite a bit. But late model or super, it's one of my favorite cars in the sim as far as cars go. So, they drive pretty similar to me. Like Mike was saying, this car is more momentum based than the super is. So here I just really got a line figured out and able to save tires, and I never really fall off around here. So, looking forward to next week.
You're looking forward to next week, you say. Well, tonight you're going to open up the points because A.J. Ham will finish behind you. Next week, though, what do you say? You're looking forward to it. It's Southern National. It's that SK Modified.
Yeah, track-wise, I'm not so good there. The car, I'm pretty good, but I think you'll see me, Mike, Josh, Rob, and the normal guys from the SKs up front. I think it'll be a good show, and really looking forward to it.
Well, let's skip that. Let's go to the Oxford Plains Speedway 2 weeks out there on December the 8th.
Well, that's one of my favorite racetracks. Not one of my favorite cars, but I normally have some pretty good runs there at Oxford. So looking forward to that one too.
Well, hey, what do you say we roll out this red carpet here? It matches the side of this car. We hand you the microphone because you pick up your 8th Holy Shirts and Pants post-race victory here this season.
First and foremost, like Josh and Mike said, man, shout out to Reb. Mike and Josh for all the work they put in, man. Like I said, Monday night, I've been slacking. They've been putting in all the work. Without them, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing this year. So shout out to them. Shout out to you guys and all of Turn 3 for the broadcast work you guys do. You guys do a hell of a job. As far as sponsors, Checkered Flag Auto Supply for all the work they do in the league. I think Eric sponsors the race tonight, so shout out to Eric. I know I messed that up last week. Definitely going to donate some money over to his foundation and help them out. Platinum RV Services, McConey Setup Shop, Nitro Racing, and Rob and Josh and all the admin on Checkered Flag Auto Supply and Red Light Racing.
There you hear it from your winner tonight. It is going to be Dalton Williamson picking up his 8th victory of the season. The 3rd time he's taken the late model stock to victory lane, and that's the last time we're going to see that car this season. So he'll sweep the late model stock races this season here with Red Light Racing. So he picks up the win here of the Movember 100 here at the Thompson Speedway, and well, what does that mean? We're just going to roll the cords up here tonight as we get ready to head to the next race, and that will be, once again, out at Southern National. It'll be the Arts Barbershop night at Southern National Motorsports Park for 100 laps on December the 1st. It'll be the 14th race of the season out of the 16 scheduled for the short track Scrambler series. But for everybody at Movember, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, we hope you enjoyed tonight's race from the virtual Thompson Speedway. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.